If this hits home, drop a comment. And remember, you're doing better than you think. You did everything right. You studied hard, you got the job, you pay your bills on time, you show up every single day. And yet, there's this feeling, this quiet, persistent feeling that everyone around you is moving forward, and you're somehow standing still. Your college roommate just bought a house. Your cousin started a company. Someone from high school is traveling through Europe. Again. And you're sitting there, doing the math, wondering, what am I missing? Here's what nobody tells you. That feeling, it has almost nothing to do with how far behind you actually are. It has everything to do with how your brain processes progress. And today, we're going to break that down. Society gave you a schedule. Nobody handed it to you in writing. Nobody sat you down and explained the rules. But you know them. You've always known them. Graduate by 22, start your career by 25, be in a serious relationship by 27, buy a house before 30, have children by 32, be financially secure by 40, retire comfortably at 65. This timeline doesn't exist anywhere, but the moment you fall off it, even slightly, the alarm goes off inside your head. And here's where it gets complicated. This timeline was built for a different world. A world where one income could buy a house, where a degree guaranteed a career, where pensions existed, where inflation was manageable. That world is gone. But the expectations, the invisible schedule, stayed. So an entire generation is measuring themselves against a standard that was set decades ago, for an economy that no longer exists, by people who had completely different options. And they feel behind. Not because they are, but because the measuring stick is broken. Now add social media to that equation. Every day, your phone shows you a curated highlight reel of every person you've ever met, their promotions, their engagements, their new cars, their vacation photos, their "we bought a house" posts. You see all of it, all at once. What you don't see? The credit card debt that funded the vacation, the relationship problems behind the perfect photo, the anxiety that comes with the mortgage, the business that's quietly failing, the misery behind the smile. There's a term for this in psychology: social comparison theory. Psychologist Leon Festinger discovered that humans have a fundamental drive to evaluate themselves by comparing to others. It's not a flaw, it's a feature. For most of human history, your comparison group was small: your village, your tribe, maybe 150 people. You could actually know where you stood. But now, your comparison group is billions of people, filtered through an algorithm designed to show you the most impressive, most aspirational content to keep you scrolling. You were never meant to compete with billions of people. But your brain doesn't know that. So it keeps score. Here's the part nobody explains. Your brain is not designed to make you happy. It's designed to keep you alive. And for millions of years, staying alive meant always scanning for threats, always comparing to others, always feeling like something is missing. Psychologists call it the negativity bias. Your brain processes negative information roughly 5 times more intensely than positive information. 10 good things happen today and 1 bad thing, and the bad thing is what you'll be thinking about at 2 a.m. Then there's hedonic adaptation. You get the promotion, and within 3 months, it feels normal. You move into the new apartment. and within 6 months, you stop noticing it. Every achievement that was supposed to make you feel ahead gets absorbed, neutralized, and the goalpost moves further away. This is why people who seem to have it all often feel the most behind. Because the more you achieve, the more your reference point shifts, and the gap between where you are and where you think you should be never closes. There's also something called relative deprivation, the feeling of lacking something, not because you objectively don't have it, but because someone around you has more of it. Research shows people are often happier earning less in a lower earning group than earning more surrounded by people who earn even more. Let that sink in. Your sense of being behind is almost entirely relative. It's not a measurement of reality. It's a measurement of distance from your reference point. And you get to choose your reference point. So what do you do with all of this? First, understand that the feeling of being behind is not evidence that you are behind. It's evidence that your brain is doing exactly what it evolved to do. You're not broken. You're human. Second, the timeline is a fiction. There is no universal schedule. There is no finish line. The people who seem ahead are often just running from their own version of this feeling, with a different set of problems you can't see from the outside. Third, and this is the one that actually changes things, stop comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 10. And stop comparing your real life to someone else's highlight reel. The only comparison that has ever mattered is you versus the version of you from a year ago. Are you learning? Are you growing? Are you a little clearer on what you want? That's it. That's the whole game. Because the people who build a life they're actually proud of, they stopped racing someone else's race. They got quiet enough to hear what they actually wanted. And then they started moving toward that. Slowly, imperfectly, but forward. If this resonated, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And I'll see you in the next one.